Hello.
There you go. Now they should be able to hear us. I'm a derp and I didn't have and I'm muted. Um,
Okay,
hello.
I can see it. I have to mute the stream because I don't want to hear myself.
Well, yeah, you derp. You should have muted that.
Okay, well,
Anyway, I am Mariah. The person with me is Ellie. She is the pixel artist of the game.
hello.
Um, she'll be in the background, basically keeping me company. Don't mind the whole background issue that I have right now. I haven't had any time to actually do this. I should actually edit the title here. Oh. Uh, yeah, don't worry, I'm fixing it. Um, God, it's so weird to not be able to hear things. Anyway, I'm gonna be sitting here working on a database. I might have to go back and forth, but to keep me company, I have Ellie. Um, I'm actually going to put some of the game music on the background because I like Jinx's music. It's somewhere here. So there it is. My cat Bubbles is nuzzling the thing. What's a nice database music to work with? What does this one sound like? Eh, what about Pangu Village? Oh, this one. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, I think I want to play this one while I work. Um, where did I put it? So, Ellie, what are you doing?
I am playing RuneScape because I wanted to try it again because it has been literally ages.
Browsing wares?
Hmm?
Um, as recommending music I play.
Ah,
Bubbles, I swear to God, stop messing with bags. What is up with cats and bags? Um, I want to download the present thing. I think Jinx needs to finish the I think Jinx actually needs to finish the browsing wares one.
hmm.
So I'm not going to play it, but I will play her Into the Woods. Oh? Thank you, Jesse Spy 2 for following. Ah, I just noticed that Casino moves to overlay. I'm sorry, I'm very unprofessional when it comes to this. There you go. Is the music overpowering to my voice? Nope, perfect ratio. Okay, so yeah, Ellie's gonna be keeping me company. I'll be talking to her while I'm doing database work. I'm gonna try to make sure I do a few things. I don't know if later Ellie would like to have me put up her channel in a stream,
Stream
but
within a stream.
a streamception,
Okay.
yes, we can totally do that. But if she's quiet, she's probably focusing. She gets like that.
That does happen. So I am sorry in advance. I'm not used to streaming.
This is art is something that I got, and it just kind of fits because me and her are actually streaming together. I plan to do something like this in the future. Actually have a custom streaming layout, but right now, not 100% professional yet.
As
But
judged by the whole, and see this. This is why I'm not professional.
I just like being able to do this now, so.
Same.
Honestly, I just didn't really want to. You know what? Screw it. I'm second guessing myself already because I don't like how this looks. I'm just going to
Fine.
stretch this out. Gonna put this widget on top of this so I can see. I'm gonna put. There we go. Perfect. A link for the Discord. The Discord is originally for patrons, but I can make a link for that. I never even thought about opening to the.
I'd say we should keep it for patrons. I don't know. It's an interesting.
We'll think about it. Right now, it's not my top concern. Right now, I want to work on work on database stuff. Yeah, we'll do that at the next meeting.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, this is a nice chill stream. I want to try to do my bit of work because I mean, I have not all this to do, thank God. But I gotta make sure I have the generic skills done before I can even work on items and weapons, skills. I don't even want to work on characters right now. I think we need to make sure all the characters we have in the game are going to be in the game.
That's fair, yeah.
So, but yeah, it's nice to be here, and I'm basically going to be working. Oh? What do you do, Jesse? Let's see. Oh. You map in database? Do you script or code? I mean, should I say how long I've actually had RPG Maker going? Should I? Let's see, RPG Maker in my Steam. Oh! Never mind. I have around 2,000 hours myself in RPG Maker. In this one in particular. Not counting all the other ones. Let's see. Nope, that's the moderate upgrade one. These actually need to be changed. Wait, is that too high? Yeah, it's just the 400 one. So it's just this one. What is this one then? See, it's debatable if I actually want to move up to MV because I like the current system that we have currently. But in the future, I do plan on moving up to MV. It's just I want to finish this game on VX Ace first. Because this is where the project started, this is where I want to keep it for right now. I'm already going to change the song because my brain is... There you go. And I'm sure MV does have a lot of stuff. I have MV. I do have MV. I have Pixel Game Maker. What all do I have? I'm getting distracted from databasing already, but I mean... People are asking questions. I have Pixel Game Maker, MV, RPG Maker, MV, Ace, XP, Smile Game Builder, and SRPG Studio. All with a little bit of time in them. Yeah, but as it stands right now, we're not upgrading to anything. Ooh, too much. There we go. MZ? Is that a new version?
Yeah, apparently summer.
Mod me in the chat. Can I just click the sword and... how do I do that? Oh, there we go, thank you.
I think it's already, like, too soon to be planning a sequel if we're still working and if we still have so little progress on the first game.
Yeah.
So...
How do I mod someone on Twitch?
I have no clue.
I forgot. You know what? To the internet. Game, I wonder if I just click on people now, because the command's not actually showing up. Let's see. Oh, there you go. That was easy. There you go. Ellie, are you in the stream right now somewhere?
Yes, I am. I'm watching.
You are, and holy crap, we have a bunch of users here.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Hello, everyone. I didn't know you were all here. Actually surprised.
Instantly, Mari gets nervous.
You think they're bots?
Oh, yeah, that can happen. If they're not actively participating, there's a chance they're bot.
We have someone in the chat, someone on the users thing called a very naughty wife. Someone literally just called the universe. Okay, well, a viewer's a viewer. Let's see. How I'm doing this right now is I have light set up. I could have organized this a little better, but dang. Darkness is all about debuffs and such like that.
Great.
And I need 4 unique dark spells, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have the stance effect, the resistance breaking, the resistance buffing. Uh-oh. Yeah, I've put this one step too close. Oops, let's delete that. Water wall, grand wave, so this is where I need to stop. Oh, you have something to spice up formulas. Math.max, your damage code here. You're gonna have to explain what that means to me. I'm very amateurish when it comes to looking at the code itself.
The person with 2,000 hours.
Oh, shut up. Shush. I think I'm going to add that in general to things, because I don't like things doing just 0 damage.
It can be important to have it do 0 damage too, so you know so people know they're doing the wrong thing. If it's a puzzle, for example.
It could, yes, I like that way of thinking too.
Having it be 1 damage means people might think, oh, I just have to whittle it down.
Yeah, they say it could change the 1 to any number anyway. Let's see. I need a nice dark unique spell. Oh. Thank you for following, Hunting Swan. Hunting Swan. Thank you for following. Let's see. God, hex word. How did I word it appear? Yes, I am the one databasing. The, I'll explain this right now. I am transgender. So, yeah. I am male to female. No, it's perfectly fine. I have a feeling someone will eventually ask that. It's perfectly fine. Like, again, I know I don't sound the way that I am, but I am in fact. I am trans. I'm not going to wage war over it. um, man, I'm sorry if the voice is off-putting to people. The actual girl voice in here when she does talk is Ellie.
Hello.
So, oh, welcome back. What's a nice dark debuff that I could put on things? Thank you, Sword. I'm just saying new people might be a little off-put when I say I'm a girl and they hear a guy. Eventually, yeah. It's perfectly fine. Let's see. Does anyone have an interesting idea for a dark debuff? Accuracy down?
It could. It could affect your ability to put buffs on or make you miss. Like, say for example, it would lower healing done.
Healing done. That's a good idea, Ellie. Thank you. Thank you for everyone else that also contributed as well. But I like the idea of darkness affecting healing rate. Someone knocking? Oh. What's an interesting name for it? Gotta think of a nice name for this. That's what I was going to do for it, Jesse. Basically what I'm doing here is I'll do the skills and anything in these brackets right here just basically tells me I need to make a state with that. These brackets won't show up in the final game, so I will eventually come back and remove all these brackets. Just they're there for now to make sure I have the states when I make them. Maim? Is that how you spell maim? Maim and panic. Does that sound like a good idea for it? So if I say it like this. Recustes. And this is one enemy. I gotta actually detail this a little bit more. Oh. What's your idea? Well, technically that is already in the game. It's called Mana Leak in the game. I don't know if this is going to be a returning feature from the past work that I've been working on it with, but every character has a small amount of MP regen. And everything is cut. in the game so far, everyone has a small amount of MP regen. The more magical you are, the more MP regen you start out with. So, for example, someone like my character, they aren't too magical, but they're magical enough that they get a, a decent amount of MP back every round. When I first started this up, it was like maybe this long of a list with a bunch of stuff in it, and I just basically deleted it up to I deleted up to here, and then everything is down. Honestly, I could have separated it by I could have like made a little sorting thing to let me know where things are, but I know where they are. All right, now I need. No, I need another debuff. Actually, nope, that's the wrong skill. Where is it? Oh no, it is the right skill, right? Why does that one have a light behind it, but this one doesn't? What? This project has been going on off and on for years, but general production, this is basically from the ground up again. I lost all the data in a corruption. My past artist was, while he did good work, he took so long to do it. Yeah, what Oni is saying. Thank you, they weren't drawn by me, they were drawn by someone else. God, I wish I could draw that well.
Same. I'm only good at pixel art.
Your picture art is really, really good though, so.
Just you.
Never. But I want to understand why. Why the hell does this do? Oh, because it's from a different location. I just have a bunch of placeholder sprites icons right now because Ellie here is going to be making custom made sprites for the game.
Yep.
So I just have a bunch. I have like my old projects sprite sheet, which may or may not include actual things from other games, which is why we can't actually use it. But I like having at least a placeholder. Ugh, are you serious? I have to go through and find that one again. Oh.
Yeah, what is it? What is it, Jesse?
For us both? We were literally just playing a game earlier before we came here, so. Touhoumon?
Oh, I know what that is.
Is it just Pokemon Touhou?
I believe it is.
There are differences.
I'm not really into Touhou.
I'm
Not
into
traditional.
Pokemon, but Touhou sounds interesting. I have I will admit this, I have played like Moemon, because I like the cute little sprites that they have. Like, I think I actually have one of their sprites.
I might stream Temtem, because Temtem's a lot of fun, and it's the successor, basically a successor to Pokemon.
Yeah. It's a really good thing. If Ellie really does want to stream, I'm pretty sure I could put her stream in a pop-up and slot it to one screen, so you'll be able to see her screen while I'm streaming on this. But I don't know if you'll be able to see audio, but you should be able to just go to her channel anyway.
Temtem is basically it's like Pokemon with the capture mechanics, except it's much more strategic because you have synergies, and the elemental sheet is way out of control in terms of comparison to Pokemon. It's a lot more systematic and much more technical than Pokemon is, which I enjoy, because Pokemon has always felt easy as shit.
I mean, it is Pokemon. It's aimed for kids, not
I mean, yeah. Whereas I feel like Temtem is more so aimed at the people who grew up with Pokemon.
Yes.
So it's much more. Competitive anything sucks.
It's not in the works currently because, well, working on a main game, but I do have an XP thing that's just basically Pokemon Essentials. It's not like something I would actually make money off of, but it's just something I would probably want to play around with. Because you know Nintendo would be all over someone using their Pokemon engine.
Sword, I would like you to Google that, because I'm not sure that's true.
You're making a free Pokemon game?
I feel like Nintendo will take the banhammer down on that, judging by how they've been with remakes stuff. Like the Metroid one from a while back, remember that?
Oh yeah, I
There was
remember
a
that.
fan remake of a Metroid game released, and Nintendo fucking destroyed it. I don't know if... Here, let me see if I can pull up the Temtem chart, and then I don't know if you can pull this up on your stream, so I can show what I mean.
Yeah, just send me it and I'll just pull it on a picture.
It's very fucked. Here it is. So in this chart, oh, I accidentally posted that in the wrong chat.
Oh.
Let me delete that and send that to you.
Nintendo, believe it or not, Jesse. I'm pretty sure there's a few fan-made games that weren't making any money got taken down because
Oh yeah, Nintendo does not care about free marketing. They will shut it down because it's using their... So there's two things. Copyright and marketing do not mix, because copyright... Nintendo owns the copyright for all of the Pokemon along with the Pokemon Company. Due to that, it is technically not legal for you to even make a free product using those characters. Nintendo has the legal right to sue you or shut down your program with a cease and desist. That's just not how fan games work.
Yeah. So honestly, if you
even making sure, I'm pretty sure that Metroid one still said go buy the Metroid game from Nintendo. It does not work. Nintendo will still shut it down, knowing Nintendo. They do not care. Remember, Nintendo sued 2 people who were fans of a game and who made a fan project for a couple $1 million, so they had to shut it down.
yeah.
Yeah, but because they have an original IP with original characters and a battle system, it's not legal for them to do so they back down.
Yep. Sadly,
That's just how copyright law works. It's not actually really great for the current environment because it's hella out of date.
Amen. It is. It's really, really rough to even make fan games because people can turn them around like that.
Right.
Good.
That's why I kind of it's much safer to just go with an original IP.
Oh, that's right. I need to pull up this Temtem thing that you sent me.
Right. I don't think that would happen because they are specifically making an engine for that purpose. I don't think they're gonna do that. That doesn't really make sense. If they're making an engine to make games, they're not gonna strike down. Yeah, they're selling software, not a game. They're selling a tool, not a game.
Okay. I don't know if you can see it in the stream right now.
Yeah. This is what the Temtem elemental chart looks like.
This is the Temtem elemental chart.
So this is what everything's weak to and strong against. Green is strong against it. Green means strong. Red means it's weak. Things can have multiple elements, so having something that's 2 elements will combine their things. So if it would do double damage, then toxic is like poison.
It's poison, yeah. But yeah, this is Temtem's chart. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different types, and you have dual types. So yeah, that's why the sheet looks like this.
Yeah, it's a little crazy, but it's actually more intuitive than you'd think. Especially when you're playing, because it will tell you whether or not your attack will be a weakness or not, if you've already caught it.
Yeah, Pokemon has 18.
Yeah.
19 technically if you count Shadow, but... Oh, I think we just talked over each other. But,
yeah, Melee Temtem is like the fighting type, except it's much more, fuck you, if that makes sense.
Technically 20? Why do you say technically 20? Oh,
Not
yeah,
a question
counting.
mark.
You're right. There's only one move that I know that actually uses the
Question
question mark type, and it's just curse.
I don't
What's
know too much about Pokemon, but
Technically
basically-
24? Hold on a sec.
so what I know about Temtem basically gets rid of the PP stuff because PP sucks. Why is that a thing? Instead, there is a stamina system. So certain moves use certain amounts of stamina. If you run out of stamina, then you can do whatever you. So say you only have 20 stamina, but a move requires 25 stamina. you can use that move anyway and overexert yourself, but that means you'll skip your next turn with that Pokemon, and you will do damage to yourself because you overexert yourself. The game is built around duel battles, so it's much more interesting of a combat system than I find Pokemon is.
To be fair,
Pokemon had it and then they removed it.
okay. Talk to you later, Az.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to Pokemon, I think certain moves have just way too much PP.
I think PP is just a flawed system in general.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it needs to exist, which is why I prefer the stamina system.
think of it like this. Self-Destruct and Explosion both have 5 PP, but they kill you when you use them.
Yeah, so it's kind of pointless.
So why does it have multiple PP if you can't survive exploding yourself?
I mean, I guess revive.
Yes, but in a competitive scene, you're not allowed to use items anyway, so if you...
Pokemon is not focusing on the competitive scene, Laurie. Don't even try and joke about that.
Yeah,
Pokemon does not care.
technically you can run out of PvP on it, but I mean, that's at least 40 turns, 20 with pressure, that you would have to use that skill.
Right.
So, take it with a grain of salt, because I personally do still like Pokemon. It's
I
just,
think it's just a fucking shell at this point.
I wish there was just...
They've so butchered it that it's no longer good.
How so?
It's completely imbalanced with the fact that they constantly hand out pretty much anything you'd ever need. By the time I got to the second town in Shield, I had literally 30 revives.
They do kind of hand out revives a lot in
They
Sword and
hand them
Shield.
out like candy. They hand out XP candy like crazy.
That's one thing I have talked about. Why is there a rare the rare candies were actually rare. I'm pretty sure in most games there's only like maybe 5 of them in the whole game. They raise a Pokemon's level by 1. So you basically get 5 free levels on any Pokemon you want. But in later games it became less and less rare, and Sword and Shield just literally gives them out if you do any raid that I know of.
You do, I mean, and the battles are super easy. Like, I went into a battle and anytime I went into a battle, it would be an instant kill.
Oh yeah.
I know they get harder as you go through the game, but honestly, at that point, it feels like I shouldn't go through the game because then I can just stock up on XP things for like an eon before I actually have a challenge, because they give the same reward.
Yeah. Again. In Gen 1 there's a glitch. Really? I did not know that, Jesse. When it comes to the whole Pokemon thing, even with lower level raids and such like that, a small piece of candy was 100 free EXP.
Yeah.
The next one up was, I think, was 500. I'm pretty sure Sword.
1,000.
It's 1,000.
Yep.
Going
10,000 after that.
Going from extra small to small is 1,000 points.
I'm pretty sure. Hang on, I'll pull up the chart.
Pull up the actual chart because I don't want to get that over exaggerated.
Yeah.
But no, I think the extra small ones were just like 50, but then the 100 ones were the small ones, and the moderate ones became like 300 or 250. Then
Let me see.
the
I gotta find like the actual I don't.
don't get me wrong, I enjoy the raid system in Sword and Shield, but I figured, being how I am right now with databasing and such like that, I feel like they could have added just a bit more to
Okay. So extra small is 100. Small
Okay.
is 800, medium's 3,000, large is 10,000, XL is 30,000.
See, on average, most Pokemon only take around 1,000,000 EXP to fully level.
Yeah, it's really, really dumb.
So, honestly,
It's not
though,
even like I find it funny that they still call the full form of it rare candy when honestly the standard like the extra small version of the candy can level you up more.
and you get more of them too.
Yeah, you get them constantly.
Yeah, okay, Jesse's right. It ranges anywhere from almost 1,000,000 to next to 3,000,000.
Right.
But
Even then though,
still,
it's still very quick.
it's very quick. Like, you can either use 100 rare candies or you can use the XP candies because you get basically both of them with the rewards. I haven't seen them drop just one or the other. You can only use rare candies at later levels. Is that an actual thing that they limit you on that?
Nope. Not anymore. Pretty sure. It might have been the case in the past, but I don't think it's the case anymore.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Efficiency, yeah.
Yeah, it 100% makes sense. Like, why would
I'm
you
saying
use...
is that there's no reason to use them at this point, though. With how much they constantly give out the other forms, it's not really worth it.
Honestly, I've never used rare candies to raise a Pokemon's level. I use rare candies as a revive. Because when you use a rare candy on a fainted Pokemon, it gave them just enough HP to be not fainted anymore.
Right.
So then I could dose them up with potions. Oh yeah, they removed a lot of moves in Sword and Shield.
They removed a lot of Pokemon that are still in the game data, but that they just didn't add. They could sell it back as DLC.
Yeah, let's not cross that thing, because again, it's Pokemon.
That's the main thing that's making me upset with Pokemon Sword and Shield. How there's literally the old generations of Pokemon in the game's files already, and now they are selling DLC to get those. They were in the game since launch.
Pursuit is gone, but there's another move that just does the same thing that Pursuit does.
Okay, let me say this, Sword. It's better as DLC than a new game, sure, but should it have been a new game in the first place?
Are you...
It's not worth it as a new game in the first place. It's like how Atlas keeps selling Persona, new Persona games, even though they're like small DLC. Like, it's not worth a whole new game.
Well,
It's just a DLC.
I think Sword's saying
You
on
could
the...
make it. So, okay. For example, Black and White never had a third game. Guess what? It wasn't that bad. They had Black and White too, but those were completely different stories.
See, I agree there in the situation that if you're going to make...
I think if you're gonna make a game, you shouldn't prepare to make the DLC for it as you're making it.
Yeah.
It's a game. You should put as much content in it as you can.
Yeah, the past Pokemons all
So,
are,
I do want to touch on the fact that it's actually economically even worse because buying a new game, buying Pokemon, I could wait till the third game and just buy that for $40. Now I
Yeah.
can buy the original game plus a DLC for $30 on top of that, so it's $90 instead.
I mean, I'll say this.
It's more than
Most
double the price. I don't think
people
that's worth it.
already buy both versions at launch anyway. Does it justify this? No, but what Jesse's saying, yeah, it's... They want money.
Yeah, I know, and it's scummy.
It
It's
is
all
really
white people
scummy.
Justifying it. It's scummy. It's scummy as shit.
And
that's why I hate it.
here's my stance on it. I don't like that they removed Pokemon just for the sake of DLC. So just to get more money. But I do like that they didn't go the angle that Sun and Moon did, where they just basically released the same game, but with...
A step up from
More content?
Wing Wongs down the ladder isn't good.
I mean,
You shouldn't be praising that. That's the issue. They've created a standard, and now people are like, oh, at least it's not this. And so we're accepting of more. That's
It-
shitty.
it is. Like, in honesty, it is. But, I mean, when they think money, you really can't sway them on that. That's what they want. They want money. And
I mean, you can have them release an actually decent game that doesn't exploit its customers.
yes, but
They're not going to do that unless people actually, like, speak with their wallets, which people don't do because they want their fucking Pokemon. So even when they say they're going to boycott a game, like they did with Sword and Shield, they won't.
yeah, they won't because they want to play a
Because people
Pokemon
want
game.
their and it
Exactly.
sucks.
It does
So,
suck.
the game, okay, I firmly believe that the only way to tell a company that is only out in it for money that you won't stand for this bullshit is to not buy the stuff. But people are gonna buy it because it's Pokemon.
Yep, it's similar to my little. Wait, is this the right icon? Yeah, it's the right icon. It's similar to my little thing about how they treated. It's actually a reverse of how they treated Banjo-Kazooie, because Banjo-Kazooie was a really successful platformer, and ever since they got transferred over to other things, 'cause like Microsoft bought Rare and now they own Banjo, they have an issue where if they need to sell a game, they will take a stamp and stamp it with a character that people know, and then that itself kills the character because they expect one thing and not the other. When it comes to Pokemon, it's the reverse in the sense that you could say essentially every Pokemon game is essentially the same.
I would argue that the older games you can't totally do that with, but the newer ones you can.
Yeah, I'll say the newer
Pokemon
ones.
had a bunch of new features. Older games like, like Secret Bases and and Diamond and Pearl, right? And
Yeah.
then fucking the newer games just have like slight things like Dynamaxing and Z-moves, things that are sometimes banned because they're so bad.
I'll say this, just to say it. I do like the idea of Dynamaxing just being HP and basically having the Z moves built on, but I can see why it's banned because
It's a shitty mechanic. It's just bad.
it's basically just
It's whoever can press the Dynamax button first,
yeah.
because it's so unequivocally broken.
From what I understand, Dynamaxing on the most part is basically banned.
Yeah, because it's just busted.
How
It's basically a guaranteed win for whoever uses
how
it.
Dynamaxing works
the
is
Pokemon.
Dynamaxing is based on the Dynamax level, your max HP and HP increase. You don't actually heal, so if you had 50% HP when you use Dynamaxing, you would still have 50% HP in your Dynamax state. But Dynamax state allows you to use what are basically essentially Z-moved powered moves for 3 turns. And
Yeah,
all of those
and
moves have an added
Kinda just
effect.
busted.
Well, yeah,
I
did
also
you
don't
know?
like the fact that they sell Gigantamax Pokemon for additional money, like the pre-order version.
Yeah,
Or,
the Dynamax, they're not any stronger. They don't increase in defense, they just increase in HP. You understand that if you hit a 4 times critical, a 4 times weakness and a critical attack, you're almost guaranteed to kill the thing that you are looking at no matter how much HP it has, because the damage values that you stack up are just so monumental that the number of HP doesn't matter. Did you know Shuckle can hit almost 50,000 damage on his own?
That sounds like improper balance.
It just takes 3 turns of setup.
Yeah, the entire length of the Dynamax turn.
Yeah, so
By that point, it's no longer Dynamax.
who's stronger than Shuckle?
Yeah,
don't know.
Honestly, I'm just like, they don't care at this point. They're just like, do whatever because people will buy it.
I mean,
And that's what I hate. I hate that mentality.
Wobbuffet is scary. Like, legitimately scary, Wobbuffet is. I think I saw Chansey and Blissey are coming back, too? Blissey has the most
Quote
HP.
unquote coming back.
Quote unquote coming back, yes, I understand that. It's infuriating that I have to say it like that, but
It's infuriating the fact that people data mined the Pokemon from the game itself, and now we're being told to buy DLC in order to use Pokemon that have been in the games for ages.
yeah, but
It is infuriating that they are selling a brand new version of the old service for 3 times the cost with less features.
oh, you're talking about Pokemon Home and such like that?
Yeah, and Pokemon Bank.
I'd rather it just stay Pokemon Bank at this point. Like,
Yes, because it cost $5 for
Pokemon-
a year.
and it does the same thing. Like,
It does more.
it does the same thing and more. Like,
Yeah, and then Pokemon
that's
Home
the
does
part. That's the part
less.
I don't understand. Like, I understand that do you want to be able to transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu? You can't get Pokemon Bank unless you have Nintendo points. That's another
No,
thing.
because they took it down so they could force you to buy home. That's the issue.
I mean, that's also a big issue because you can't buy the points anymore from
they're
the
forcing
shop.
you to buy the more expensive one. They're forcing you to buy the more expensive one.
Yes, but they're basically limiting other people that have the DS games that want to move their Pokemon
Right.
up because it
They're
makes it
forcing
hard.
They're forcing people to buy that quicker. So they are forcing people to make a snap decision to buy it
Yeah,
instead of thinking it over and deciding if they really want to spend the money. Because otherwise, guess what? You can't move your Pokemon over.
3DS
Uh-oh.
is losing the shop too. So how do people expect to move the bank?
They don't. They expect you to move everything already.
They've expected
That's
you
why
to
they're
move
doing it.
everything already. Like
They're trying to make everyone pay already so that they can move it.
like
Can we talk about the fact that Pokemon Home costs 3 times as much as Switch Online?
and that's just the yearly service too. So I mean, if you bought Nintendo Online and Pokemon Home at the same time, that's what, $50?
Nintendo Switch Online costs 20.
And Pokemon Home costs
16. Hang on, wait, I can pull up the pricing.
either way, you're spending about $40. Maybe.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That is if you bought the online service from Nintendo and the Pokemon Home thing at the same time.
Let me see.
Now, if they ever release... Home connects differently, period. It doesn't connect to the 3DS games. It connects to
Nope.
only
So-
Yeah.
It connects to Pokemon Bank and then the Switch game. So what they're forcing you to do is buy both Bank and Home, so you can transfer your stuff from your 3DS and your DS over to Home. Right, but you can't move your stuff from your DS to your 3DS unless you have Bank.
Yeah, you have to have the bank service for it, the connect the 3DS thing to work.
Yes.
If this works any
Yeah, 'cause
differently,
they killed it. They killed it, so you have to buy Home.
yeah.
That's the issue. They're strong-arming you into spending money, and I hate it.
Like,
I hate that people are defending it.
that's the perfect reason to get upset. When it comes to the whole Pokemon thing, there's always going to be someone into Pokemon, whether you're new and old. Sadly, it's going to happen. And everyone's dream of saying, let's boycott the thing, let's not buy this game because it's not what we wanted, I don't like how this is being run. won't happen as long as there's a group of people still buying it.
Right, but you can make a dent, and the problem is no one gave in. No one ended up boycotting it. Everyone caved and bought the game.
It's not even the dent that's going to matter. You saw what they did with like Kid Icarus and such like that. Kid Icarus Uprising wouldn't have been a thing if Pit did not show up in Brawl. Right? Brawl? Yeah, Brawl. Because no one remembered Pit. He was 25 plus years old.
You do? Actually, no, there was a bit of outcry during the Wii before Brawl.
Was there?
Brawl, he was added to Brawl because people were talking about him. Because there was fans from the NES who were talking about how they wanted Pit to make a return.
Okay,
he was
well,
added to Brawl because of that.
Still, he's around 25 years old before he got his own game that wasn't connected to the big old.
I mean, the Game Boy had one.
Yeah, so it wasn't a thing. And yeah, with Sword saying, if Pokemon ever did start losing chunks of money that weren't in their prediction range, they just kill Pokemon.
They would not. It is the top-selling entertainment thing ever. It is the best-selling piece of entertainment ever.
Okay, well, if they're not listening to people and they're losing money on something,
they're gonna do whatever they can to make it back and regain that. And so that's why I'm like, they would probably listen at that point.
Yeah. I need to plug in my headset. My headset is dying. God, I've been mostly talking and not databasing.
This quickly changed from databasing into a Pokemon rant. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Like again, it's called database work and chat for a reason.
Right, but currently we're only doing the second half of that.
Yeah, well, I'm working on the databasing thing because I don't need the sass. I'm working on it.
Yeah, because Nintendo is super strong-arming people about their properties and content. You're comparing two different companies with very different mentalities. These two companies are in no way similar. They're both from Japan, but that means nothing.
Okay, what's the next element I want to do?
Have you seen Metroid 2? Samus Returns. That's a pretty great remake. And that was pretty recent. Metroid 2 Samus Returns is pretty great. For remakes, Nintendo's done quite a few that have been pretty great. I really like Majora's Mask 3D and Ocarina of Time 3D.
How did I word this? Oh, oh, god dang it. It's one target. I'll go through it later and fine-tune things later. I just hate doing that.
I liked it. It was very fun. It was a nice mechanic. I mean, sure, you're talking about a fan project versus what that fan project was built on old assets where Nintendo made a full ground-up 3D. Of course, they're going to be different.
What time is it right now?
Have you played Metroid 2? Because that's what that game felt like. That game was much more action-based. It was really Super Metroid where it took off into a Metroidvania. Again, I'll say this. I think comparing a fan game to a AAA game is weird. Because they have entirely different budgets, they have entirely different goals in mind. Nintendo is not just trying to make a remake of a game, they're trying to make a new version of the game. It's like from the ground up, a remake. The version, the AM2R game was a remaster, a redefining of the game itself, where it's trying to rebuild on what people will like remember the game as being. Nintendo's trying to sell the game to new people, so they've got to change things up, or people are going to be like, well, it's the same game. I buy it. That's at least the philosophy a lot of companies go with.
Sorry for the pause.
Okay,
now.
that's totally fine. But I'm at least trying to explain why they went with it over just a remake. Or a remaster.
Something good for lunch. I might as well order something so I can have it waiting next to me. Yeah, there's quite a few broken expectations. I will say I wish Nintendo and other developers actually looked at like what the fans were doing, because honestly, I'll leave it at that. I wish they looked more at what the fans were doing with their game.
Like, it's at this point, it's unreasonable to even assume that they will do that, because like, look at Sega. Even though they like got Christian Whitehead to make Sonic Mania, they went right back to what they used to be doing with Sonic 4.
Yeah, Sonic Forces. Like,
they went right back to it. So it's not showing a permanent change, it's just to get people off their backs.
ugh, why does sushi cost so much? Screw it, I lost interest. I'll look later.
Like, you're comparing it to Nintendo, that's not their goal. Their goal there was to take down copyright infringement, because it was infringing on copyright. That technically was in their legal right. Morally, sure, that's a debate. But legally, they had full right to do so. Copyright law is a bitch.
Yep. Let's see. Oops. Oh, my bad. Oops. Silly me over here, I forgot to add the wind element. Ugh. Sitting at this angle kind of sucks. I kind of wish I had an actual good desk.
That's very important.
God, I've been at this in an hour and we've been discussing things a little too long.
That'll happen. It'll happen when you get me in a rant mood. Get extremely risky.
But I hope you all that are here and are paying attention are enjoying the stream and the chatting, because that's what we're going for majorly. While the streams are for everyone, they miscalculated the max damage impossible in Pokemon? Probably. While the streams are for everyone, we do have a Patreon that you can scroll down and see the link to. I'm pretty sure. It's somewhere around here. Yep, you can support us on Patreon. We do have a donation page that you can support us with a little bit of money. You can... I think you can offer bits. I can't offer bits right now. Probably because I'm the one hosting. I can't throw bits at myself, so... Anything is greatly appreciated. Yeah, oh, that's scary. Just to see if I'm hitting the right damage numbers. Ow! I forgot that gets incredibly loud. Sorry for blowing out people's ears.
What happened?
Basically, I launched the test thing to see how something will work, and I blew up things. Hold on a sec, guys. Everyone still okay? Is it still loud? Alright. This is also the general style of the battle system we're going for. Of course, it's going to be altered. But I'm just here to make sure I'm hitting the right damage numbers with slight, moderate, and high damage. Okay, it's a good amount of slight damage. As I get beat up, one sec. Decent amount of moderate damage, it's good. I'm probably going to die before I finish this test. This is high damage. Yep. That's exactly what I was going for. I lived! Oh, never mind, I died. But yeah. I haven't balanced any enemies yet. Like, all this is just literally default, default RPG Maker stats. What I do is I literally go in and hand point and hand stat everything. Like, this thing right here this thing right here, these little things, I don't do this, where you can just change this here. I go level 1, 5, level 2, 6, and change it one by one until the max level.
Probably read a thing. You probably read a thing for that.
I could probably write a thing for that, but I like doing actually, there is an easier way I can do it, where I just generate a curve based on this.
Yeah, you could probably just do that.
Yeah, but I just have to
And then fine tweak afterwards.
Yeah, I know what the final level is going to be. But
Yeah.
well, actually, I'll correct myself. When I first started the thing, I hand statted everyone so I would know by hand what numbers they would have at that point. Then I found out this, and I just basically go, okay, around this thing, say I said like this, and I just go level 50. And it'll tell me what I have at level 50. Based on this curve. So, yeah, I'll be doing that for this, but I'll just let you know at one point I literally hand statted to people. But when it comes to enemies over here, I do have to play a lot of trial and error to make sure the enemies are balanced. Which means it's a lot of coming over here, tweaking this, coming over to troops, test battling. If they're not doing the damage I want, I have to come over here and give them more attack. It's a lot of testing. Then again, people that know about RPG Maker and such like that already know that it comes with the territory. There's a lot of testing.
I have not personally used RPG Maker. The most I've used is Unity.
Yeah. At one point, I'll eventually branch out and do things, but as it stands right now,
Right.
RPG Maker is what I'm using.
I do heavily suggest Unity. It's very, very easygoing on newcomers. Welcome back, Sword.
Welcome back, Sword. Okay, good. Got it. I think I'm just gonna actually focus on just getting the names down, and then I'll stat them later.
Sure.
Just to make up time for the rant.
I'm sorry.
That's not your fault.
It is my fault, though.
I'm in. Nah. I'm not marking
It
it as
was
your
my
fault.
fault.
Your fault. Relax. Calm down.
Ah!
I'm doing it!
Oh, I'm headed the complete wrong direction. This is not the way I need to go. Oh, my sparrow blew up.
Should I capitalize that? I'm pretty sure I'll get corrected on this when I show the jinx and such.
should you capitalize what?
I'm capitalizing the party. Increases the parties, like, in the middle of a
Yeah.
sentence. Should I capitalize it?
I don't know. I'd say, is it a proper noun? If no, then
Well, it's referring to the game's party.
it's referring to the group, then no.
No.
If it's lowercase, I'd say.
Okay.
Is it a description? If so, then keep it in lowercase.
Alright.
I'll get a room with her when she comes up to Canada.
I do plan to visit at some point. I plan to visit all my friends, though.
I'm not special. I see how it is.
Oh, shush. Don't you start.
I'll start.
Let's see. See, this whole system went through so many changes. I just like having... Well, it's not going to happen anymore, but basically we have founding members for the patron, and this is basically a good way for them to basically self-insert. They'll pick an element, they'll pick a weapon they use, armor they use, and they actually will become actual playable characters in the game, as well as NPCs. We had to cut them. At one point we are going to cut that idea out and just have NPCs, because writing multiple stories for multiple characters...
I think at some point you should just have a cutoff, like limited slots. That might be better.
Yeah, well, we basically already have a cutoff. We have enough characters for 3 different alternate stories.
And I'd say that that's a good cutoff. You should just
Yeah,
leave it there.
so basically that's just a plan. Sneak peek of things. But basically when this game is finished, there's technically going to be 3 other like mini stories in this game. You're essentially having a big main game and then 3 other mini games inside of it. But through this variation, I did have things like skill trees that you would upgrade skills in the newer skills, but that was a little screwy with my past system. I did have classes, but for some reason switching a class when I tried to do it didn't switch the skills. So it was, for example, if I was my light mage and I swapped to a fire, I would still have my light spells for some reason. So it's just stuff I gotta look into. Alright, let's change the music. What does this one sound like? Oh. You know what?
I might have a good playlist of songs that I can pull up.
I currently just been using the game soundtrack.
Ah, okay. Well, that's up to you then.
I'm doing it right now. How this game setup is, you have a generic element. For example, I use light, so I will learn all the spells in the light category at some point in the game. But then every character has a unique set of skills that only they can do, which will justify you either adding them to your party, trying them out, basically learning how that character fights. And then every character has a unique has a weapon type that they like using, which basically dictates what skills that they have, physical skills that they have. Is this a good idea? So I have a skill that gives TP to user only, but that technically is already in this game. I think that's associated with the electricity element to charge TP. How TP works in this game is basically the big catch-all, like a rage meter or an overlimit meter that you build up. I can't say I know exactly how I want it to go just yet, but I will say TP is linked to your ultimate, and every character does have an ultimate attack. Whether it be an ultimate buff, an ultimate debuff, or just a flat out ultimate attack, every character has it. An attack that attacks an ally that deals healing damage and is resisted by the devil.
It's called a heal.
Yeah, it's literally just healing.
Yeah, that's just called a heal. I don't see a point to that.
Unless you mean have an. Unless you mean.
I don't see a reason to have that.
Oh, the more defense, the less it heals. I
And
think.
that seems counterintuitive.
I think that's.
Because you likely want to raise your defense. So that seems counterintuitive. I don't know how that would work very well, especially with scaling with party levels.
It
The
might
more, because
work with.
the way this feels is that, if you, judging by the way, like, say a healer likely has very low attack, and then say you want to heal your tank, they have high defense. That won't go super great.
Yeah, how I have healing so far is that basically there's only two. I
It
have.
takes much better to just go with a standard heal at that point.
Yeah, with healing I have right now, it is designed to use the small amount of HP that you normally heal, so around 50, then 200% of the person's magic attack. And that sounds like a lot, but magic attack actually doesn't get that high. So 200% of 100 is just 20, or 200. So slight would be 250, and by the time you have the moderate thing, the moderate one would just be more worth using. Unless you just want a little bit of healing.
I don't see the battle max seems counterintuitive as well.
Hmm?
Because if you can have a healer that's also a DPS, then why would you take a DPS? I'm just looking at the chat.
Well, I do like that. I do.
Self-sustain is extremely powerful.
I do like the idea of a battle medic.
Right.
But
I don't think this is the way to go about it.
it might not be the way to go about it just for the sake of, well,
it's very counterintuitive the way I'm looking at it. It's because, like, the more you want to heal people, the less effective it's gonna be. Like, if your goal is to maximize your tank's defense, right? Because you want him to be able to tank as many heals as possible. Then how are you going to work around that with the fact that your heals get worse the more beefed up your tank is?
Okay, I see what you're saying, Jesse, but this game doesn't have traditional like leveling up class systems. Everyone is basically their own class, their own
everyone
unique
has
class.
their own levels. Everyone has their own levels. There's no subclasses.
There's no subclasses. Basically, they are their own main and subclass. Their main class basically is what weapon they use and what element they use. For example, I use light and I use swords. So you're going to see a light sword user. But my unique skills define me. Like, for example, I forget exactly what because I think I might have to go back and actually re-explain how Patreon units will be put into the game. But just for example, let's say Ellie is a wind mage. I mean,
I believe I was going with nature. Right.
yeah, I
Well,
think you were
you
going
are.
with nature. Um, she's a wind mage. She uses I'll just say sword just for the sake of saying sword right now.
Right.
She's a wind mage and swords, which means her main class is a wind sword mage, or a wind sword user. But her well, no, that's technically her subclass. But her main class is basically a nature mage. She controls the
Right.
plants. It has things with poisons. She controls earth, so on and so forth. That's the thing. So in this game, yeah, I want to shoot for lower numbers because I don't want to have characters have over thousands of HP and then my damage numbers from enemies have to be over like hundreds of thousands. Also, my max level is 50. So it won't be extremely annoying to grind out levels, but levels will count because levels are dictated to what skills you learn, such like that. It's still an idea in my head though. I don't know if I want people to just learn skills or have to go to a place to learn skills, but yeah, it's where I'm thinking. 'Cause currently I'm working on this right here because I want to have all the skills down on the game before I figure out what I want to do for learning skills. Because thanks to my artist, I lost a whole bunch of general ideas. Thanks to my past artist, I'll say. I lost a huge bunch of general ideas because so many ideas were being bounced back and forth and so many ideas were lost and me trying to think of how to implement new ideas that I'm just going to go with my own flow. I have basically 2 advisors that can tell me things. Ellie over here being one of them. And
I think I'm gonna work on pixel art now while we talk about this.
Anz is also going to be another advisor, so I'll bounce off ideas off of them. Personally, I do like the idea more of going to somewhere and learning how to do these skills, but then again, if I did that, I would kind of just want a skill tree.
Right. I think a skill tree might be a better idea, honestly.
And I do have a script that I'm allowed to use for a skill tree, but I would like that to be my own script, so I don't have to ask someone to do
I mean,
that.
I can write scripts. I've been looking more into Ruby coding, and I think I can eventually try and write one for you.
Well,
But at the moment, now I don't really know super well how to.
I mean,
Try
I can show you the skill tree script that I have, so you can understand
Mhm.
how it works.
The basics.
Yeah, the
Right.
basics of how it
I
works.
just don't want to have to fall back on it, is the thing.
Yeah, I don't want to. Well,
Because then I'd just be copying it at that point.
everything from what I have gotten on the game, I have asked the scripters themselves if I have permission to use this in a commercial thing, and all of them basically said, yeah, just credit me in the credits. There's one I personally emailed saying, I can't find you like any things, I need to actually ask you if I'm allowed to use this because it's kind of an integral part of the game. The unique costs to skills and such, like skills can cost money if I really wanted them to cost money, or skills can cost you having to be in a certain state.
I think I kind of like the idea of what Yakuza does, which is you spend experience points.
Mm-hmm.
So the basic way that that works is you have a pool of experience points that you get as you fight. Maybe it's separate from the XP used for leveling, or maybe it's the same, and you use that to learn skills.
That's an actual good idea. I think I'm going to expand on that and just say enemies give you skill
Battle XP and
EXP.
skill XP. So battle XP and skill XP. Battle
Yeah,
XP levels you up, and then skill XP levels up your skills.
yeah. So it'll be like it'll be general skill EXP in general. So in general EXP, I hate when I do that. I basically I sandwich my own thing between two of the same thing I'm saying. Um, but
You're made. You like sandwiches.
oh shush.
No.
I do
Well,
like
do it.
sandwiches. I think I want a sandwich. Thank you for reminding me. I should. Don't laugh at me.
I'm gonna laugh at the quick transition from I don't like I want to make a sandwich now.
I'm hungry. Okay, it's around lunchtime.
Is it?
Yeah, it's around lunchtime for me.
I should heat up pizza.
You should. But
I want za now. Look what you've done to me now. I want za.
I want a sandwich, so we're even.
Pout.
um, let's see. I think I'll order my food. I'm currently working on buying myself a sandwich. um, let's see. I think we'll get Burger King.
Oh yes. Burger King. The classiest of places to get a Borgor.
Yes, a Borgor.
Borgor.
But I have so many ideas for the game that I have to make sure work. But having some kind of skill tree or skill EXP so you can pay that to learn skills
Right.
is something that I want. Honestly,
That's why I'm like, I think the skill EXP system is great. You could do what
honestly,
Dragon Quest does, Dragon
Mhm.
Quest 11, which is you basically have this hex grid of a bunch of abilities and skills, or like minor improvements to stats, and you could have the skill EXP be used as a kind of currency to buy hexes on that. So you have to have a hex in order to buy any hex adjacent to it, right?
Mhm.
So you kind of expand out from the center into any direction you want your character to go. Does that make sense? So like one area could have healing skills and increase your health.
Oh.
I can show you what I mean later. I can take a screenshot. That's basically how Dragon Quest does it, which I find interesting.
I
Goes
have
off of
this
a-
idea where
Mhm.
it's not so much crafting the skill,
Right.
but
But the skill requires materials.
the skill requires like skill-based things like skill-based and actual crafting materials. For example, in my past games, in my past reincarnations of this game, because this game has been alive as long as I started working with RPG makers. I had little gems that were basically held elements. So, say you wanted to level up a fire
Right.
spell, you needed X amount of these fire
Oh.
gems plus this, it's basically a generic skill
I know
book.
what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think one of the Final Fantasies did something as well. Where you have kind of attuned crystals, and you need certain attuned crystals in order to learn a skill.
Yes. My other idea was actually make a full-on map, which would technically be a skill tree in its own right. Like, think the sphere grid in Final Fantasy X, but it's an actual map that the character walks around on, and this is where the skill EXP would come in, but instead of it being just EXP that's mounted away, it would be basically be an item that stacks quite high. So it would encourage players to come back here to this world to walk around and find the skills that they want.
Right.
But
So you're kind of like a Metroidvania approach.
kind of like a Metrovania approach, but again, imagine a skill tree,
Metroidvania
but
approach.
Shish.
No,
Um,
I
uh,
don't feel like it.
Imagine it as like a skill tree, but you walk on it. You as the
Right.
player will walk on it, walk over to the side, and you'll come across, say, a door that says unlocks the ability to use this spell, present this. And if you
Oh, that's very. You know the Fable games?
Oh,
That's what Fable does.
really?
Where you have this giant you have this pathway, and you unlock areas on the pathway in order to unlock new skills.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh. I still like that idea.
it's a great idea.
I might
I recommend it.
I might actually use that, but that would mean every character has a world like this that you would walk around in.
I mean, like, I feel like that wouldn't be that big of a thing to code.
It really wouldn't be, because
It'd just be a little time consuming on one end, but by the time it's done, it should be pretty great.
I mean, it's not hard for me to map it. Like, literally,
Right,
would-
it would just take a while, is what I'm saying.
yeah, it would literally just be me coming over here, and then it's like, because this is a test now. Just, how do I do it? Oh, that's right, I gotta right click on this. And basically just me going, like, I want to come over here, so I'm not like on my map. And just basically me going and say taking me over here actually trying to find a good floor. So how it would work is would basically be kind of like its own world thing.
Right. I think I might have to pull up Fable so I can show you what I mean. It's not so much a world so much as it's like this kind of pathway, with doors, and you unlock the doors in order to unlock areas in the pathway, like different branches.
Yeah, I consider this
You walk
area
around them.
right here, like this world that you're in, basically your own inner world to unlock your inner potential and such
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
why I was like, it reminded me so much of it.
Yeah,
That's like to a T what Fable does.
I guess I got some experience, thing from Fable.
What?
I got some,
Did you play Fable?
I played Fable 1, which had the
I
skill.
think it was Fable 2 that really branched upon this idea. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I like the idea of everyone had their own inner world, which
Right.
the amount of skills that they're able to learn is basically as long as the world can be. So,
Interesting.
say you can learn 20 skills, there will be 20 little rooms that you can walk around in. And
Right.
if I seriously wanted to, I could actually decorate these rooms to reflect the person that they reflect.
I think that would be a cool idea. It just depends on how much time it would consume and how much you're willing to put into it.
Honestly, I would love to do that. It would be basically a cheap yet time-consuming way to make a skill tree in the game.
I think that would work pretty great. It's pretty charming as an idea, so I think you should go for it.
I think I should go for it too. So I think I'm probably going to do that. I like that idea.
Right.
Of course, this would also be for the founding patron units, aka you're included because you were a patron unit before you were a staff unit or a staff person. I don't know.
Staff units. Staff get their own units.
I mean, technically most of the staff has
Technically,
their own
yes, but
characters.
technically, but technically they're also good.
But
'Cause they contribute to it.
this is you were a patron before you were staff. So
Yes.
technically you would have one of these worlds too.
Right.
I know Sword is a founding unit, so they would also have a world like this. I love that idea that I'd be able to make these little rooms that reflect the characters, and maybe I'll encourage like maybe waiting on things, because maybe there will be extra rooms in these worlds that give the player different things.
Right.
But for now, just going to say that I would like it to be basically a world like skill tree. Cause that would be nice. Alright, I think I'm going to finish up Win, because we'd be streaming for about 2 hours.
Right. I'm gonna continue working on pixel art then.
Are you streaming the pixel art? Or
Not at the moment, no.
not at the moment?
I'm just kind of concentrating on
Okay. Um,
putting home myself and started working on some of the items.
oh, a person that was talking with us left, but oh well. We got 2 new followers. That's really good. Uh-oh. Ah!
It's pretty great.
What do I want this to be? Maybe I want this to actually be a debuff. Lower someone's accuracy.
I think darkness should be all about debuff.
Yeah, I have darkness is its buff applies life drain to people's weapons.
Right.
It has maim and panic, which has a moderate chance to inflict damage, which reduces which reduces recovery from both items and spells. And panicked, which increases their MP cost. Then they have an actual other spell attack, Poison Lance, which is moderate damage, moderate chance to poison.
Right.
And then they have Curse Zone, which is their element specific status effect, which has a moderate chance to inflict poison, spite, and or curse on all enemies. Which, compared to other ones, this one might cost a bit more MP, but it has a chance to inflict 3 status elements as opposed to 1 status element. So I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I actually need to add text to that. No, I don't want to keep using those terms though. Dust gust. I want to do that. Learn enemies.
Honk, honk.
Oh yeah, I haven't even taken into consideration that people could hear it outside. Oops.
It hasn't really been that noticeable.
Yeah.
Only just now that it was like honk.
Um. A headwind is wind that comes directly at you, right?
Right.
Alright. One, two, three, four. Alright. One, two. Okay. I definitely will have to look into fixing up a few things, but it's been 2 hours of me working on this and chatting with people. What is this? Oh my god. It's been 2 hours of us being here, so I think it's about time that I start wrapping up.
Right.
I want to thank you all for coming out and talking to us, if anyone is even still around.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you around later.